Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host, Master Vinny MC, and as always, it is an absolute pleasure to have you all here with me today. And, okay, so I got a little bit of catching up with you guys to do because it has been a while on this build project. First of all, I want to begin by saying I'm very sorry for those of you that follow my Square Puncher content. I was absolutely sicker than a dog, and as far as I've heard, the boys on the server went and slayed the, End Dragon without me. Not that, they have to wait for a particular person, but yeah, being sicker than a dog, totally couldn't make it to that particular event. And so I'm sorry that I wasn't in a position to be able to record that for you guys. What I have done is a lot of work on my single player here in the meantime of being sick. I couldn't record anything at all because come to find out I also had a problem with my mic, which I only found out yesterday. Last night I actually went ahead and I recorded an entire episode. I've been building up on the hill there, and yeah, I went to go play back the footage later, and I'm very good about this. I usually do a sound check, but I didn't do a sound check. Came back to bite me in the butt. We're gonna go ahead and sleep because I've had a huge creeper problem lately. They like me. I don't know what it is. I think they're cute. They want hugs. When we hug, we make so much beautiful love together, things explode, and it's just terrifying, and then my shit gets wrecked, and I don't like that. So, aside from pardoning me for my French and foul language, go ahead and pardon me for my love of creepers, and let's get the tour underway, because now my mic is working, and I'm no longer sick as a dog, and I want to get a little bit recorded before I get totally drowned in playing catch-up with schoolwork and thesis. So, yeah. Welcome to the 00 mining camp, because again, our mining camp here is on 00, and I love the way that this came out. I've done a little bit of mining, a little bit of exploring. You guys will notice the dark wood here on the roof is new. Yeah, I think it looks terrific. The anvil down here is new. I've been thinking this little area is going to quickly become kind of like a little anvil shop. Maybe I'll do a little pattern on the floor with the cobblestone. That looks really good to me. I went ahead and moved all my storage over here. You guys can see I've been pretty busy mining and just gathering kinds of resources and food and junk like that. Oh, wrong button. I put in these side walls. I think that these windows look really great with the fence posts in there. Really happy about how all of that worked out. And I went ahead and I put in a back balcony here. These windows are 3 tall with, oak logs, upright, half slabs on the top and stairs on the bottom. And then the eaves underneath, these cute little things kind of got fence gates. And I thought that looked really, really cool. So we went ahead and did that. And I went ahead and moved the entrance to the mine down here. I did a little bit of purdying up in the mine, but we're going to go ahead and save that for later on. Just kind of wanted to let you guys know. And of course, because it kind of bugs me, I took all the cobblestone on the walls and I replaced it with smooth stone. Kind of a pet peeve of mine. I do like to replace... I'm very... how do I say this? I'm very stringent, or I'm very particular about where smooth stone is placed and where cobble is placed. I feel like people just use them both willy-nilly a little bit too often, and they mean kind of different things, you know what I'm getting at here? You gotta be a little bit more particular than that. But anyways, I digress. Progress, moving forward. I only got a few more minutes before we're going to end this tour and get to building. Yeah, so this is the tower that we talked about at the end of last episode, and I rebuilt and built this thing, and first it was round, and then I decided round was too big, and then the roof was pointy, and then the roof looked ugly, and then the roof was stone, and then it was made out of wood, and oh my gosh, I settled on a bell tower. That's all it is, folks. There's nothing special. It's a bell tower. I got a note block up there hanging on the top, and it does what we need it to. This valley down here I think will quickly be turned into a village, and I'm very happy with that whole village thing. And if you hear some yelling in the background, go ahead and ignore them. They're the frat boys. They're just a little happy. Let them have their fun. But this bell tower here, we're going to put in a little bit of a staircase and clean this up later on. Kind of a decent view from here. And of course, it comes from what will later on be our village down in this valley up into our mining camp. So of course, having pathways and walkways to get from point A to point B is a good idea now, isn't it? Because that's what this game is about. Not only does it have to look good, but it's got to work good. If it looks terrific and I can't get to where I need to go, it's kind of useless to me now, isn't it? So I went ahead and moved the cows, yet again, because those jerks are always getting in my way. And not only are they always getting in my way, but they're always getting out of their pen. And so I'm always killing them. So this is actually, I ended up having to kill all the ones that were up here because they were being difficult and glitching out of stuff. and I had to bring in more cows. Thankfully, being in a mountain biome, that wasn't too big of a deal. Another thing I could show you guys is my little enchanting table, which I stuck in here. Nothing fancy. You've seen enchanting tables before. I think we're going to do a little bit of piston action there. A little bit of automation so that I can get some different levels. This was the first pick we enchanted, and I got to say it was a great utility pick. I was able to enchant another one, another diamond pick at level 30, and all I got on that was efficiency 4, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was really disappointed with that. So, yeah. Really disappointed. I was really kind of hoping for something more fancy to show off to you guys, but what are you going to do? I really wanted either looting or silk touch because I got a bunch of lapis and diamond ores still down in the mine down there, and yeah, they're not getting mined anytime soon because I'm waiting until I either get silk touch or what is it? Not fortune. Is it fortune? Yeah, because looting is for swords, so it's fortune. There you go. So if I don't get silk touch anytime soon and I don't get fortune anytime soon, then those ores are going to be there for a long time. So, this brings me to this build. This was the product of my sick and, you know, fever brain and just being very creative and, you know, sitting here with a box of tissues and chicken noodle soup and, yeah. What I did is I took this mountaintop and I decided that this is where I want to build my house. And the reason for this is, even though my render distance is terrible at the moment because I'm recording and these chunks just don't want to load as quickly as I want to hop around, putting my house up here gives me a great view of the mining camp, down here where I want to put the villagers, over here where I want to put some more automated machinery. This mountain peak, which I want to build on, I've actually gotten some sketches for some things that I want to build up there I think are going to be really cool. Our floating island, which I think we're going to maybe do a little bit of steampunk style with. And that's all on this side of the ridge. And of course, we get a terrific view from out here. Because look at this lake. This is just on the other side of where we were talking about building before. And I am very happy with it. And what on earth is my render distance set at? Because I can't see anything. Fine, whatever. I'll play around with it later. So, as far as functionality goes, and as far as the flow of what my house goes, I want you guys to turn on your imagination for a minute here and work with me on this. Down here, we got our mining camp. There's going to be a windy walkway that's going to kind of come up through this, and we're probably going to use these wood slabs, half slabs, because I really like the way this looks in the mountain biome. And it's going to come up to this probably courtyard / garden area. And I put this in just to kind of see how it would work, and I don't like it. I think it's very ugly, so again, we're going to kind of make it a little more organic of a flow up there, so don't worry, that's going to change. So once we come up to this courtyard, we're going to get a terrific view down here, all sorts of other things. I was thinking maybe some farms would look really good down here, kind of around the coast of the bay. And the way that I ended up kind of building these walls, to these retaining walls, is I columned down with the cobblestone, and I've only gone so far down with the cobble, and then I've gone smooth stone, almost as if the cobblestone walls were built on like a more solid foundation of smooth stone towards the bottom. So hopefully, if I've done this right, when you look from down there, it looks like this wall is sitting pretty solidly kind of into the side of this cliff face here. And then I've gone ahead and just kind of backfilled this in with dirt. So, just kind of a note on that. And I really wanted to show that building process to you guys, but I can't because remember my sound wasn't working. Oh, it's just so upsetting that I can't share my creative mind with you all. But, yeah. Oh, house tour. There we go. So we got our first courtyard. Then over in here, I'm going to build a little entrance in, howl this out, and then up on top I'm going to do a mage tower. I'm calling it a mage tower. I don't want you guys to think Mage Tower and be like, steampunk. It's not going to be quite steampunk. It's going to lean more towards the modern house theme because for my personal home, I do want to stick with the modern castle theme. That's what we are very excited here for. So, the Mage Tower will really only be a Mage Tower in the sense that it's going to have our enchanting room at the top of it up there. So, make of it what you will. I got some ideas in my head, but that's what this this outcropping of rock has kind of quickly become. There was kind of a really ugly cliff hanging off the front of it there, and I did remove that. So, Again, quite a bit of terraforming has happened while you guys were gone. This mountaintop here, I basically ran around with the wall and did the little backfill in with the dirt. And this will be probably my storage room. Then the only way to get to this other island over here will be this bridge that we're walking across here. And of course we will make this out of stone in the future. And right up here will be my personal house and bedroom. And we'll kind of do this more for decoration and looks. I'm planning on trying to keep these two big trees because I think they look really nifty. And then down here, maybe just kind of a little feng shui garden or something like that. Just kind of open an area so we get this terrific overview of where we started before with our mining camp. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about all that. And of course, down here we get this lovely space of just this kind of bridge and these supports. And down here I want to put in a little lake. Do a little bit more feng shui gardening. Yeah, fun stuff like that, right? And last but not least, this lower portion is probably going to just be more decorative. It's at least a really nice, you know, balcony. I don't know, not really a balcony. It's just a nice area. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in there, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Well, anyways, I think that pretty much concludes the tour of the things that I've done while I've been sick. Again, I'm sorry about the Square Puncher, server not being able to play on there. I couldn't record anything anyways. And I've only just gotten the inspiration to finish my spawn house. So I've got some terrific things coming as far as that is concerned. And yeah, so I'm probably going to do a little bit more building on this, and I will update you guys a little bit. I think we're going to work on the bridge you guys see behind me, and that will pretty much wrap up this episode. So yeah, I will see you guys in just a minute. Hey guys, welcome back. This is the other side of the bridge here. I've gone to grab a few more building materials, and I've done a little bit of work fleshing this out how I had at least imagined it before. I replaced the dirt with the stone because the dirt's a little bit easier to build with, so that's what I wanted to sketch it out as, and then come back in and do that. And these are half slabs just underneath the transition down into upside down stair blocks, and then you've got the column that kind of runs up and down. And I kind of like this design. I'm not entirely sold on it yet, but the way I build is I would rather hold on a sec. I wonder if my keyboard's off here. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, no, so I work with a wireless keyboard, so sometimes that gets turned off, and I forget about that. There we go. Put you down too. And this is what I was talking about before, how the way this wall comes down, I don't want this to come down and have dirt in it. I want it to be stone all the way down until it sits on top of something, because it, that gives it that kind of, how shall we say, structural look that we want out of a castle. We want our castle to at least look like it's going to be sturdy, or we want our bridges to at least look like they're going to be sturdy. Even if they're not actually going to have to pass real building inspections. So, and yeah, I've been kind of using a mix of materials here for this. Smooth stone, cobblestone, stone brick, kind of making it look a little bit, how shall we say, weather torn. This is kind of an exposed bridge, presumably maybe even an older bridge, and as such, we would expect that if it was originally made out of smooth, or if it was originally crafted out of stone brick, that there might be a little bit of weather damage, and that might break some of these blocks down into cobblestone. So I really like the way that this is coming out. And I really haven't been using any particular rhyme and reason to this pattern. Just kind of mixing it in there. Trying to make it look a little bit random. You can only really randomize it so much, I guess. But, yeah, so you guys let me know. There you go. That's the English that I want. Let me know what you think about the bridge. Let me know what you think about the idea of my house not being all one big building. You know what I mean? Because this is, I got to think about it afterwards, and because I'm building on like these two little islands here, my house won't be one building. It'll be like a castle complex, which to me is very modern. You know, that is very modern house stylistically. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any cobble half slabs, and I do want those very badly. But I'm so used to having the snapshot, the quick commands for like crafting things, and I'm not using the snapshot anymore because I'm not going to be going into the nether nearly as soon as I thought I was going to be, and the snapshot got really buggy for me. There was whole chunks that just didn't want to load, and actually I found out the problem that I had before with the cows getting out of their pen. There was some evidence that may very well have been due to the snapshot being buggy, causing that, because it wasn't doing it before I switched that out. So just kind of transition into that there, and there you go. We're gonna have to break that. But yeah, so I don't know how much I like this bridge. It certainly gets the job done, and it fits the scale of these two islands. But I think that I might want a bridge that has a covering over the top of it, if that makes sense. I feel like I kind of want a bridge that, I don't like that up there. I want to change this into brick half slabs. There you go, much better. So I feel like I'm going to maybe have to make this one wider, and I feel like the way that I might have to do that is by adding like half slabs out on the side here, so that I can put a covering over this bridge. Especially kind of like to get the feel of it still kind of being a comfortable home space, that if I'm walking in between parts of my home, I kind of feel like I want a roof over my head most of the time, if that makes sense. A lot of people have like covered porches or walkways or stuff like that, and I feel like that's fine. I feel like it's you know, like extended porches are a really great way to extend your living space, but that's kind of what this bridge is going to become. It's kind of like an extended living space. And of course it's going to see a lot of travel time because we're going to have to move out throughout our home quite a bit here. Let's go ahead and toss in some cobble. Actually, we haven't used any smooth stone while we're up here. Kind of just maybe like that and that. I want to be smooth stone. Mix it up a little. That's not so bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and take down our scaffolding. And I think we can get most of the rest of the dirt from the bottom. I really miss building in creative. I feel like, you know, and people who build and feed the beast all the time, they get the advantage of jetpacks. I really wish that I could craft a jetpack in vanilla Minecraft. It would make me a very happy camper, and I can already tell that's too much. I want to do that, cobble, smooth, do like smooth, mucho better, much better. Get a look at this kind of coming down. More of this, and then there we go. I love it. I love it. I like the way it looks. It's finally getting to where I want it to be. And of course I've just fallen apart here. Messy person. Letting all this go on the ground. So what effectively all this terraforming has really done for me the last couple days is it has inspired me. People find inspiration in different ways in life. And the way that I get inspired in Minecraft is by first changing the terrain that I'm going to be building in, if that makes sense. I need to dig into the ground or the trees or the dirt or the sand or wherever it is that I'm going to be building in and mold and shape that. And apparently I also need to go get some food. But I need to do that kind of work before I can get inspired to build a house itself or a building or really anything itself. Because I feel so strongly that there should be a really positive relationship between the building and where the building sits in the rest of the picture, and that you can't really separate those two, because the minute that you do, you lose something. You know, you lose something, you lose an invaluable opportunity to really improve upon anything that you're building. I mean, even in the case of like a spawn house, where, you know, you've got a size plot that you have to stick to 25 by 25, you know, for sake of discussion, you should still leave yourself a little bit of room for a yard. That is looking sharp. I like that. Because having that yard space, bringing a little bit of, you know, shrubs, flowers, decorations, you know, these sort of things into the picture, that's what makes the whole thing come together. So I've definitely done that. Now we can definitely begin the structural. And I'm looking forward to it. So go ahead, guys, and leave me some feedback in the comments down below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to improve, you know, what I'm doing for you guys. And I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you guys in the future. See ya.